Hello and welcome everyone. In this video, we are going to learn how to plot a 2D graph in Matlab. So when we talk about a 2D plot, we will require some x coordinates and we will require some y coordinates. Both vectors, which is x and y, must contain the same number of elements in them. So we will first start by writing our x vector. Now consider I want my x vector to start from 1 and I want to provide it an increment of 0.1 and I want it to go till 20. Now to suppress the output, I will give semicolon and then proceed for the next line. Now suppose I want my y vector to be cube of x. So what I will write for that is, now if you are not aware of the dot operator I am writing here, please watch the matrix operations video by clicking on the I button. Okay, so now as we have defined x and y vector, we are good to go for the plotting. So in Matlab, we use the function called plot to plot our coordinates. So we will first write the function called plot. And now the first argument that I am going to provide to this function is the vector that I want to plot on the horizontal axis. Suppose x is the vector that I want to plot on the horizontal axis. And separated by a comma, I will provide the coordinates that I want to plot on the vertical axis, which is y. As soon as I will press enter, an image or a figure will be popped up inside the MATLAB environment which will be plotting x and y values for us. So I am pressing enter and we will see a figure will be popped up. Okay. So this figure has been popped up which is containing all the values of x starting from 1 till 20. Now if you see, we can also dock this figure inside MATLAB. It is docked now, and if we are not comfortable with this docked figure, we can also undock it from here. So let us say right now we are going to work with the docked file itself, and I will bring this workspace here and I will bring my command window that side. Okay, so that we can see both of our command window and the figure at once. Now if you look at this figure, we can notice something unusual, like we do not have the X label, we do not have the Y label, also we do not have a title for this figure, also we do not have the legend for this figure. So what we can do for that? Suppose I want to include the X label to my figure, there are two ways. First way is I can simply click on this insert, I can click on X label, and then you will be able to see a prompt is visible here. A prompt is visible here, right? So we can provide the label for X. Suppose I am writing values for X. Okay. And if I click on anywhere else, it will give the values for X label. Now I want to insert the Y label, and here suppose I am writing cube of X. And also I want to provide a title to this figure, then I will insert a title here and I will mention that X versus Y. Anything that you wish. So now it is looking somewhat good. But these are not the only way by which we can provide the X or Y label. Suppose I am closing this figure and I will run this command again. Okay, so now again we do not have any X or Y. So to provide the labels, X label, Y label or the title from the command window. So what we can simply write for that is, in the command window we will write X label and then we will write values for X. And we will see a X label will be popped up inside the figure. Suppose we want to provide the Y label. So we will write Y and then cube of X. And I suppose I want to provide a title also, so we will write title and then we will write X versus Y, anything. So we have written X versus Y. Now if you notice, in this plot we had given the increment for X as 0.1. Now suppose I want to find out at this particular tip of my cursor what are the X and Y coordinates. I want to see some data point in which I will be able to see the X and Y coordinates. So for that what we can do is we can click on this data cursor icon and we will be able to see a plus sign whenever we are on the curve. So if I am clicking on this, It will tell me what are the x and y coordinates, and I am also able to move this along my whole curve. If I am clicking on somewhere else, suppose here, the previous data tip will be vanished. If we want multiple data tips to occur in the same curve, what we have to do is we have to click on the shift and we have to click and we have to left click on our mouse, and it will give us multiple data tips on this same curve, just for the analysis purpose. We can also move this anywhere we want, just to look at the graph properly, anywhere that we find comfortable. Now suppose I want to delete this data type. I do not require this data type anymore. We can delete current data type, and if we want to delete all the data types that are currently there in my curve, so we can delete all data types. Now there is one more thing that we can add to our figure is the legend that we have not included till now. So we can again go to here, insert button, we can click on the legend. It will insert a legend for us, and it is writing data one because we have not provided any date, like we have not provided any name to this legend. So we will write cube of y, cube of x, sorry. Yeah. So now we have included our legend also, and we can move it anywhere inside the figure, here and there. Now suppose what we want is we have now plotted x and y. Suppose I want to plot something else, suppose x and z in the same graph, in which I am saying that z will be equals to the square of x. So I will write z is equals to square of x, and now I want to plot cube of x and the square of x inside the same figure. But if I simply do plot x comma z, we will see that this particular command will overwrite the previously existing figure. As soon as I will press enter, I will see that this figure will be vanished and this figure will be popped up, right? But now suppose we want, what we want is I want to plot, this is the square of x, I want to plot the cube of x along with the square, so in the same figure. So to do that in the same figure, what we will write for that is we will write hold on, so that it will hold on the previous figure, and then we will plot x comma y, and it will plot them in the same figure. So if you see, this blue line is the square of x, and this red line is going to be the cube of x. And now as we have plotted both of them inside the same figure. Now suppose there is nothing else I want to plot inside this particular figure, so I will do hold off. We will learn more about plot in the upcoming videos. Thank you so much.